All right, man, we got some fight cards coming up this last part of the year from two unexpected sources, but I'll take them. I will take them. Terence Crawford versus Aegis Kalvanakis on the same card as Teofimo, let me get that order right. Richard Commey and Teofimo Lopez, and another fight card before that with Regis Prograis and Joseph Parker on the same card. Man, that's pretty exciting. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel, subscribers. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit the bell icon. Hit the bell icon. Man, this video goes out to my man Saint Cruisin', doing all my videos today, dedicating it to my man Saint Cruisin', longtime supporter. Thank you so much for your support. Also, thank you for your support, the Patreons. Thank you for your support for the people that come to the live streams, donate to the live streams on the Super Chat and the Cash App. You guys are what make the channel go around. Let's get into this because I ain't too big into complimenting either Bob Arum or he who must not be named, the promoter out of the UK, Snake Daddy, over there with Miss Matchroom Boxing. And yeah, I'm going to disrespect the dude. Why I compliment the fact that, hey man, the dude might have actually done something right. First things first. It is rumored that, and this came from Dan Rayfield of ESPN, that the fight on December 14th, Terence Bud Crawford, the number one pound for pound fighter in the world, should be or would be fighting Aegis Kalvanakis, who is, I do believe, his mandatory for the WBO 147 pound title, and somebody that everybody and their mama has known that Terence Crawford was going to fight eventually because he is the only other real welterweight that they have besides, I think, Alexander Putin over there at Top Rank. So who else is Terence going to fight? So that is apparently coming to fruition on December 14th. That's not a big deal in and of itself, other than two reasons. One, I hope it's on ESPN, because if it's on ESPN, I'll probably be on ESPN Plus. If it's on ESPN, then more people will get to see Terence Crawford. If more people get to see how excellent this fighter is, then it could lead into having more pressure put on the networks to put something together sooner than later between Terence Crawford and the winner of Errol Spence Jr., Sean Porter, Manny Pacquiao fight circle they got going on over there in the PBC. But I'm not going to hold my breath on them actually doing what sounds like right. But so that's one reason. But the other reason is because a fight that I think might be too early, but is a good fight nonetheless, between the IBF 135 pound, the lightweight champion, Richard Commey, versus Teofimo Lopez. Now, if you remember Teofimo Lopez's last outing against a very tall Japanese fighter, he went the distance. The fight before that, he got a knockout, but he didn't look terribly impressive to me in that fight. But before that, man, he was making people's arms twitch, doing all kind of stuff, man. Very, very exciting fighter. He wants to get in there, get into the deep end of the pool earlier than I think he should. But hey, man, hats off to him for doing it in a fight with Richard Commey. Now, Richard Commey put a very good fight up against Robert Easter Jr., the former IBF champion, but he had lost for the champion. That was a championship fight that Richard Commey had. Richard Commey won the belt. Richard Commey also beat Ray Beltran, Beltran bad, looked very, very good in doing so. And now you have a situation where he's been, I do believe he was ordered to fight Teofimo Lopez. So Teofimo Lopez is going into the deep end of the pool on this. I don't know if it's that wise. Seems to me it might not quite be the Anthony Yarde versus Sergey Kovalev type of situation, because I do believe that obviously on both ends of it, the Teofimo Lopez side of that equation, that he's not as experienced and long arena champion as Sergey Kovalev is. And Teofimo Lopez is probably a little more fundamentally sound than Anthony Yarde. But I do believe it is almost as big a step up between the two fighters, as far as the step up that Teofimo Lopez would be making and the step up that Anthony Yarde made. Now, I think that if the power of Teofimo Lopez can't get to Richard Commey, man, that could be a really bad look for him. But on the same tip, there's a chance that Teofimo Lopez could win the fight if it goes to decision. I am a big believer in when I pick who's going to win a fight, I oftentimes pay attention to the politics behind the fight. Bob Arum said in an interview when he was comparing Shakur Stevenson and Mick Conlan. And what he said was that Shakur Stevenson is going to get a title shot faster than Mick Conlan because he's more ready, and their matchmakers at Top Rank, this is straight from Bob Arum, said that they don't want to put their young guys in a championship fight until they are sure that they can win the fight. So if what Bob Arum said is said in that interview, and I do believe that was an IFL TV interview, if that's true, then Top Rank must believe that Teofimo Lopez can win that fight. Now, Teofimo Lopez is obviously an exceptional talent. I can't deny that. But the problem with Teofimo Lopez for me has been that Teofimo Lopez he's just really looking for the knockout. But definitely in the last two fights, he was just stalking, looking for a one-punch knockout the whole time. And his power failed him in the last fight because he did touch the Japanese fighter. I think his name is Nakatami. I'm just going to continue to refer to him as the Japanese fighter because Cameron's Nakatami, Tanaki, whatever his name was, man. He hit him. He hit Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez hit him flush on several occasions and he didn't go anywhere. And he seems to be a tall, a very, very, a tall thin guy for that weight class. He didn't strike me as somebody who was going to have a terribly tough chin. And he had never fought the level of competition that Teofimo Lopez before. And he acquitted himself real well. I don't know how well that translates for Teofimo Lopez into the Richard Commey fight. But nonetheless, that's a good fight. That's really good fight card. The other fight card is the Regis Prograis versus Josh Taylor being on the same card as Joseph Parker and Derek Chisora. And that's most of that's still in the works from my understanding, but I'll take it. I'll take that fight. I'll take that. First of all, the fight with Regis Prograis and Josh Taylor is one of the best fights of the year. The kid from New Orleans and the guy from the Tartan Tornado, man, both of those guys are exceptional fighters. I would have preferred to see that fight in a neutral venue because, like I mentioned with the situation with Teofimo Lopez and Richard Commey and the politics of it, I feel like Regis Prograis is probably gonna need a knockout to get a draw over there, especially now that it's going to be on a matchroom card. Because this fight, if the rumor is that the matchroom took over the fight and is going to put it as the headliner over Derek Chisora, Joseph Parker, which means it's going to be a matchroom promotions. It's going to be a Matchroom's promotion, Matchroom Boxing promotion. And I think they're as funny can get. Obviously, from what took place with Dillian Whyte and consistently with the scorecards for the home fighter on Matchroom cards. So if this is a situation where Matchroom Boxing is actually promoting the fight, I am less convinced, even more than before, that Regis Prograis can get a fair call out there in the UK. But hey man, Regis Prograis got to go in there, and hey man, he's got to do an Errol Spence Jr. He's got to take it out of the hands of the judges. He's got to put it on. He's just got to go put it on Josh Taylor, and I think Josh Taylor is the type of cat that is going to exchange with him. I mean, he in the last fight with Baranachik, he outboxed Baranachik. He's got very busy hands. But, Baranachik touched him up more than a few times, and Baranachik is no speed. He's no speed demon, man. He's no Regis Prograis. So anyway, all in all, though, hey, man, I'll take the fight. The Joseph Parker fight with Derek Chisora. I like Derek Chisora. I like Joseph Parker. Those guys are still in their little, their loop of everybody fighting each other, right? Derek Chisora fights. Joseph Parker, the Joseph Parker, Carlos Takam, Dillian Whyte, that whole circle of fighters, man. It's like, but whatever. I'll take it because I like Derek Chisora. I like Joseph Parker. I think that they're good fighters. It should be a good action-packed fight because Derek Chisora comes to throw them hands. Man, that's a journeyman, a workhorse type of fighter. So I'll take it. So all of these 4 fights, that's 2 really good weekends that have been added to that are supposedly being added to the fight cards coming up. Let me know what you think about those fights in the comment section. With that, I'm out. Peace.